The Weekly starts now.
Off-site construction, on-site construction. Right way, wrong way? The November-December issue of Pro Builder in a roundabout way makes a case for perhaps both ways. Let me explain. I had a LinkedIn post that did pretty well. It was probably one of the most viewed posts I've had since I had the Pro Builder account. It was an interview with Margaret Whalen, founder and CEO of Whalen Advisory, a boutique investment firm that's represented home builders for sale and construction companies trying to raise capital. They've done $20 billion worth of business since their founding in 2014. And among those deals was the $45 million acquisition by Louisiana Pacific of a 50% stake in Integra, an off-site construction manufacturer. She was also involved with Pulte Group's acquisition of Innovative Construction Group. So Margaret is very familiar with the innovations going on in off-site construction. On the flip side, our builder of the year, True Homes near Charlotte, North Carolina, looked at those alternatives for framing, modular, panelization, manufactured housing, and said, not for us. But let me get back to Margaret. So I had asked her, what is holding builders back from looking or adopting offsite construction? And her answer is on the screen, but I'll paraphrase it for you. She basically said that builder management teams that are holding back are too focused on the cost and not on the value that is realized as a result of offsite solutions. They want to see somebody else make the first move. I asked her a follow-up about controlling framing costs, and here's what she said.
Well, the thing is that it costs $10-15 million to build one of these factories. There's not a lot of people that are going to build them, right? NVR, Toll Brothers are very concentrated in the Northeast. That's the market where the ground is frozen half the year. So there's a real benefit to having factories, and they've shown that they get that return over the years. But they're concentrated geographically. You can drive to thousands of houses you're building in those markets, whereas the other builders have just left it to third parties. But I feel like the builders have given up control of the cost base by giving so much away to the framers, and I think what Pulte was doing to try to take that back.
Jerry McCahey, CEO and chairman of Integra, is a vocal advocate of offsite construction. Here's how he describes his system called Fully Integrated Offsite Solutions.
We come from a European perspective, and the European perspective of offsite is that you look at the building from a holistic point of view. Your objective is, when you look at that building, is to try and help the builder build the building as efficiently and as quickly as possible with the least amount of labor and the least amount of material that are required to go into it. So your output, when you look at a building from that perspective, the prefabricated elements, the components, are merely an output of our engineering when we look at the building, whereas in the United States, they call themselves the component industry. Nobody in Europe who's in the offsite industry refers to themselves as component suppliers, because we don't see our reason to be in existence to supply components. We see ourselves as being in existence to help the builder build the building as efficiently as possible.
So Whalen and McCahey present the advantages of offsite construction. And then there's our builder of the year, True Homes. Founded in 2008, they built about 300 homes their first year and earned $49 million in annual revenue. This year, 2020, they'll close almost 1,900 homes and earn $491 million. They've had an operating margin exceeding 20% since their founding. And by the way, True Home pays all their 300 plus employees $25 per every house it closes above an annual target of 1,600 homes. So those employees are going to be getting a bonus check of about $7,000 or more this year. And they were also the National Housing Quality Award Gold winner on the first year the company applied. So co-founder Dan Horner doesn't badmouth off-site construction, but here's the reasons why he says it's not a fit for his company.
Remember, 50% of the cost of a home is material, 50% of the cost of a home is labor. And, so when you go into manufactured housing, yes, manufactured housing, running that down a literal operating plant is going to be able to go create, a low-cost solution. But when it comes to the markets we're serving, these clients are tending to say, I still want a built on-site home. And what we believe is our our approach, our manufacturing approach, and the disciplines, more importantly than anything else, that we apply to that. So, for example, I mean, it's a simple thing too. Of our trades don't have downtime, so they go from one job to the next job to the next job to the next job. So that commitment to that consistent year-round volume is incredibly valuable in driving down cost. So we still think for the foreseeable future, our on your lot program versus a manufactured and delivered to a site is the best solution for what we're building today. Obviously, there's a market for manufactured houses. There are. It's not the market we serve.
So what are the disciplines Don Horner is alluding to? Well, one is a pact with trade partners to have every worksite clean and job ready. Trade partners don't have to scout the house to know that when their crews show up, they'll be ready to go. A second is providing subcontractors a 90-day look ahead with scheduling, at least 90 days, so they can plan accordingly, allocate their crews, and usually give True Homes their best crews. A third is TED. TED is the Trade Efficiency Dashboard. It's a proprietary database True Homes assembled that basically monetize how much it costs each subcontractor when they have to make a wasted trip to fix something that should have been done right the first time. The trade partners are using this knowledge, they make amends, and the savings have been split between the trade partners and True Homes. Finally, Brad Chrysler, True Homes market partner for field operation, provides another reason as to why on-site construction is right for their target market.
It's less of a decision not to go the route of modular or prefab construction, and more about leveraging the efficiencies and the values that we can see and providing people the opportunity for choice, which is really, really difficult through that medium. I mean,
right.
What we're doing is we are one of the few builders that offers choice in our price point. And we see that as a big sustainable competitive advantage that we do not want to lose. I think through the modular and prefab options, we lose a lot of that.